have someone filling in that I haven't seen in a really long time. He's an old friend of mine from Bradenton, so let's bring him out.
All right.
Jared, come on out, man.
Come on down.
What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for having me on. Nick, Jarrell, it's a pleasure.
What's up, dude?
What's happening?
Long time, man.
Yeah, been a while.
So today we decided to talk about ER visits from females.
29 disgusting but true stories of female emergency room patients that will
freak you out.
Boom. Coming at you. Okay, so let's just jump into it, right? She sewed a raw chicken inside of herself in hopes that it would turn into a baby. Would you like to read that?
Okay, once I had a doctor tell me of a case that took where one of his female patients was complaining about abdominal pain. After an exam, he noticed a pungent aroma from down there.
Oh, shit.
Upon further inspection, she sewed a raw chicken inside of herself in hopes that it would turn into a baby. Okay.
I don't know what to say here other than...
That's number one.
Holy cow. And this is how it starts, so... hold on tight, guys. This is going to get really dirty, I think.
What were you thinking?
So she took a chicken.
A raw chicken.
A raw chicken.
I'm assuming a raw chicken.
Put it inside of herself. Sewed it shut, I guess so it wouldn't fall out, in hopes that she would birth a human child. What the fuck, people?
I just want to know how she got the chicken. I mean, was it a Cornish hen or a full-on bird?
Right.
3-pounder.
Well, 3-pounder.
She's like, where'd she purchase this chicken?
I don't know.
She purchased from the grocery
Was it
store.
like chicken cutlets?
And the lady.
Like, you got breast and legs. Like, what's going on here with this lady?
All right, numero dos. 2 D-sized batteries had exploded inside her vagina. A lady came in via ambulance. She was complaining.
Via ambulance or via ambulance?
Via. She fucking rode an ambulance.
She got that.
She was complaining of vaginal pain. And
Vaginal.
her vagina was in pain and bleeding, and mentioned nothing else. Lo and behold, when she started her pelvic exam, the speculum revealed that she had 2 D-sized batteries that had exploded inside of her. She was admitted with 3rd-degree burns on her vaginal wall. Vaginal.
She came in 2 weeks later, and her boyfriend have shoved a car oil in her vagina. Wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. So 2 weeks later,
car oil in her vagina. Huh?
So 2 weeks later, so what were they trying to make?
I mean, that's.
I'm just saying, apparently she is down to do some crazy stuff.
Maybe they're making a hybrid.
I don't know.
Making the hydrogen bomb?
No, a hybrid baby, a little bit of oil, a little bit of electric in there. Hey, it'll run.
Okay.
But, so what's the conversation that you have, as a doctor with this lady that just shoved 2 D-sized batteries inside of her, right?
They go inside the dildo first.
Yeah.
Right?
But then he's like, I wouldn't recommend shoving things in your vagina anymore. And then 2 weeks later, she comes back, same doctor.
Hey, it's topped off. I topped it off with an extra cord there.
Hey, doc, you won't believe what's inside me now.
It's 10W30.
Well, the next one steps it up a notch. I don't want to read all this so you can read that.
Wow.
But a small turtle wedged up a woman's vagina was blinking at her. One more time.
Wait a minute.
I gotta read it one more time.
Again, bro.
A small turtle was wedged up a woman's vagina, was blinking at her. He's like, hey.
What, like the turtle?
I mean, that's what it's saying. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm not reading all that. Go for it.
You want to read it, Jay?
Oh, I'm a horrible reader.
A woman came into the ER complaining of strange discharge from her. You guessed it, vagina. She was admitted, and a male nurse saw her. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. As a note, the male nurse was gay and relatively flamboyant.
Super.
Thanks for asking.
You have a turtle in your...
Anyway, the woman had her legs hiked up, and the male nurse has his head under the blanket. First off, dude, why are you sticking your head under the blanket? Like,
Yeah.
that.
He's
Come
gotta
on,
look
bro.
at it.
Come on.
Looking at her hoo-ha.
A strange discharge already. You're gonna go on the blanket.
But suddenly he jumped back, looking terrified. My friend,
Because the turtle's winking at him.
my friend, in bout of good nature ribbing, joked that the male nurse couldn't be that afraid of women. But then he looked at her, fear and confusion clouding his eyes, and said something blinked at me. My friend is bewildered and
ducks under the blanket to
again
see for herself. Oh boy. And she
sure
saw
enough-
something blinking. Something small wedged up in a woman's vagina was blinking at her. I'm not sure what happened next, but it was a turtle. What do you mean you're not sure what happened
A
next?
tiny pet turtle.
What?
Tad the vag turtle, my friend called it. The woman somehow believed that her vagina was a more suitable tank, which her turtle had been in, and managed to wedge him up there.
So going through this crazy lady's head, she's like, I have a pet turtle, guys. Like, I have a pet turtle. It's in this nice little, like, what do they call
He's
those
got
things?
a terrarium.
Yeah,
like,
terrarium.
He's
So
just chilling.
And then she
Got
has
water, got some
she has
rocks
the bright
to fall.
idea to go, I think
My vagina.
my
would be-
vagina would be a better living
Maybe
space.
this winter, you want to warm them up. You know, they are cold-blooded.
It's like hibernating in this woman's vagina.
But I mean, maybe he's really
Oh,
the ninja,
boy.
like so he's in hiding. But I thought they hid in sewers. You know,
They should name him Donatello.
gotta tell.
Oh no,
Donatello.
they named it Tad the vag turtle.
Yeah.
And before you ask, my friend didn't know what happened to the turtle, and still makes me sad to wonder if he went home with his owner. Here's your pet turtle back. Try not to put this in your vagina.
Oh, boy,
Thank you,
man.
and-
what is going on out
Is there
there?
animal rights
Hopefully,
on
you guys
that?
are enjoying this. Like and share and do all that good stuff. What's the next one?
Oh,
Seven?
God,
No,
okay.
there's 7 or 4. I know. Never mind. Okay.
I got it,
I got
bro.
it, bro.
So,
Alright.
okay, if you are eating right now, stop.
Put it down.
She had a large
Oh,
steak
dude.
shoved up into her vagina for quite some time.
Quite some time.
Yeah, it
I wanna
had
know the
maggots. Maggots were crawling out of her.
All right, hold up. You two are chefs, right?
Oof.
How long does it take for a piece of meat to be rotted to where it has maggots
At
on
At
it?
least a
98
week.
At 98.7 degrees. I mean,
Maybe
if
I'd
you-
say
I-
maybe a good 5 days.
Yeah, 4 or 5
Like,
days.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you're also
Wow.
talking about all the other. I mean,
The-
but you put a little ammonia on it, it might you might go a
the
week,
smell
little more than
that
She's
had
trying to
come
pickle the
out
steak.
of that.
Like what?
pickled steak.
Had to
Pickled
be
steak. Vagina pickle.
You had me.
There you go,
knocked
foodies.
over.
Vagina pickled steak.
Yep.
There
Wow.
you go. Put an egg
I
on.
hope it wasn't a porterhouse.
And it says, I have a family member who's a surgical tech. She often has the best stories, but this one stuck with me for years. A female PT came in complaining about severe abdominal pain. The nurses peeped the woman to have a vaginal check. When the doctor came in and lifted the sheet, there were maggots crawling all over the bed.
And we're not talking just a few. Long story short, this woman had a large steak shoved.
Shoved in her vagina. Oh, good. Someone's calling me. Great.
We're good.
We're live, bro. We're live.
A large steak shoved in her vagina had been there for quite some time. She was full of maggots. My family member never did find out why this chick shoved it up there. And I can't look at steak without
gagging.
Maggots coming out of a vagina. Where is our channel going? I don't know. I apologize.
Hey, man,
Maggots
weird news.
foaming.
We create content to
To educate and entertain. So for entertainment, we have maggots, and not just a few. Come, just like I'm quitting my job. Like I'm not going. I can't help you, lady. You have maggots.
Yeah.
Why do you put a steak inside your vagina?
Oh, dude, that's gross.
Psych ward.
Oh
That is
God,
gross.
yeah. I don't know.
That is
I
seriously
could
gross.
be gay by the end of reading this. I don't know if I can ever have sex with a vagina again. Sorry, Liz.
Oh, bro, I
I'm
don't know if
celibate
we
now.
should even read this one.
Oh yeah, no, this is the one that I saw, and I was like, what the? And I quit reading after this, cause okay, so she got chlamydia from letting him fuck her in her colostomy hole. What sick dude is like, hey, honey, I want to stick deep inside your colostomy hole. So you want to read the story that goes behind this here?
I don't even know if I want to read this one.
There we go.
This story came from a nurse I was good friends with. She worked at a metro hospital, and this
Ladies,
was
what are
her
you doing?
most memorable one to date. Couple goes to ER. So the guy was nice enough to come with us. The lady...
He was like, wait till the doc hears what I did.
The lady said, couple complaining of rash around her colostomy hole, and she is very concerned. They do a few general tests and take some bacteria samples to the lab. When the results came back, our friend had to deliver the news to the couple.
Oh,
Turns out the rash was chlamydia of the colostomy hole. Now, I will give you a minute to let that sink in.
Yeah. So the dude had
So he's
chlamydia.
like...
A small hole in your side to let feces out of your body because you have other problems with your rectum.
So was he trying to get anal?
Yeah,
And was like,
that's
hey,
what I'm
we
thinking.
gotta go this way.
What?
I don't know.
And I mean, what would you call that? That wouldn't be an ATM if she put it in her mouth afterwards. Now, would it? Like
Hold him out.
Yeah,
Sea-hold him out.
Sea-hold him out. You just call me a seahole?
Who's more gross in the situation? The girl letting him do it,
so
or the
this-
guy thinking about
Put in
it
his
to do it?
raw. I mean, on.
Like who's more gross?
In it. Just in it
Who's
to
more
win
gross,
it.
the woman or the male?
The dude doing the
Dude,
whole.
yeah.
I think he stepped
mean,
it up a notch. Okay,
She
so
could have
this
been passed
led,
out. I mean,
this led to the following breakdown of events. It was now discovered that the couple were engaging in sexual intercourse in her colostomy hole beyond the normal areas of choice. The lady also later checked out to not have said chlamydia of her genital area, therefore leading to the discovery that her man was cheating on her and brought her home a gift from his other lover.
right in the seahole.
Some weird ass goes down in the
Motor City.
Oh, so that's in Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah. Oh,
Get
Michigan.
Detroit?
In it.
Michigan's.
In it.
We had
Banging
one on
colostomy
last week
holes.
about Detroit too, with the
Yeah,
teachers.
I don't know. I'm gonna throw up.
Wow.
Number 9, 10.
Okay.
Oh boy, what do we got? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God!
I've heard-
Why
I've-
would you do that?
I think I've heard this one.
I'm seriously
The
going
pungent
to
smell and
throw
foul
up.
discharge were from a tampon she accidentally kept up there for a month. How do you act? Like, how do you accidentally like?
You
have
know,
to feel
actually,
that, right?
it's not that uncommon.
I've heard like women do. I don't know
mean-
about a month, but
I mean, she's bleeding. She can't get pregnant, so. Sometimes it happens.
Oh man, this is so graphic. Not a doctor, but worked as a patient care assistant in the ER for 4 years. My first weekend shift on the job, a couple came in with the female complaining about vaginal discharge. The boyfriend talked to us outside the room on how he
man.
noticed a pungent smell while pleasuring her
I bet
and then
you
noticed the discharge.
that really smells.
So
bad.
the nurse and doctor do their jobs as take vitals and lead him to the waiting room for privacy she requested. 5 minutes later, the doctor comes
5
over
minutes
to the
later.
nurse to inform us that the female forgot to remove her tampon from the previous month, and when she realized that was the case, she didn't know how to inform her boyfriend, so she turned it into an ER visit. She didn't know how to be like, hey, I left a tampon in my vagina for a
How
month.
did he not
So
feel that?
I want you
How
to
do
come
not
to
feel
the
that either?
ER with me because I'm having some issues. And then that's how dude finds out. Whoa, man. Whoa. Oh, wow.
What?
Here we go. She broke her cervix by shoving 2 Coke bottles inside of her.
Okay. And we're wondering how a tampon goes.
Well, I'm a radiographer, and sometimes you see those objects stuck deep inside patients. I've seen spray cans, a screwdriver, a potato, a dildo gone way too far.
Wow.
But there's more surprising one was a woman that used a Coke 33 CO glass bottle. Cubic liters glass bottle. So it's the glass bottle ones. Okay.
Yeah.
As a dildo, and she didn't have enough, so she used another. I guess she felt nothing due to excitement because she pushed the first bottle into her uterus, breaking the cervix by pushing the second bottle. Holy
boy.
mother of God. Ladies.
Do you know
There will always be a dude to have sex with you.
and
As a lady.
there's stores
And
too,
you have
bro.
dildos and
You
all
don't need
kinds
to go get
of stuff.
Coke bottles.
Leave the Coke bottles in the fridge.
And
Grab the cucumber at least,
and
not the Coke bottle.
glass
and you
one?
pushed it through your cervix. Wow.
For the
like,
second one, I mean, glass on glass. I mean,
yeah, that could have been really bad.
a whole lot worse.
But she pushed
whole lot worse.
She pushed it so far into her uterus that it broke her cervix. Like, you think that would hurt?
Wow, man.
Wow, man is right. Wow. What? The patient was advised to avoid chinchilla semen in the
Wow.
future.
Hey, bud. Just come down with the chinchilla semen.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
What? Okay, you want to read this one?
not a doctor, but my sister's a nurse. I love how people always start off with, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an attorney,
Right,
but
right.
here's my advice.
Here's my advice. Use the chinchilla semen.
She was working in the ER when this lady came in with a nasty rash on her legs. She was being, what? Cagey? Cagey? I don't even know if that's a word. About what happened, and the department was particularly busy that evening. So my sister told the woman either to tell her what was going on or she'd have to go help someone else. Apparently, the patient had been sleeping. She awoke when she felt a strange bumpy sensation on her leg and looked down to see her pet chinchilla humping her. As the patient described it, this continued without interruption for a short while before the chinchilla went. Went, my sister asked. The patient then made a splooshing. Splooshing?
Sploosh.
But that,
You know,
like
went.
motion with her hands. I guess that's what sploosh. You know, it went. My sister nodded at her, and she said she'd go get the doctor. She barely made it to halfway down the hallway and shut the door before breaking down laughing.
It's a gerbil.
Wow, dude. Wow. The doctor pointed out, in order for the patient to have this reaction, this had to be at least her second chinchilla spunk money shot. Who writes this shit? Who is
Chinchilla
writing
spunk
this
money
shit,
shot.
man? After the doctor
Boom.
wrote a script. Ooh, now my phone's ringing. All right. After the doctor wrote a script. Where am I? After the doctor wrote a script for some topical cream and advised that the patient should avoid chinchilla semen in the future. Yeah, I'd probably go with that.
Oh God, I have no idea
Try and
what's
what-
going
what
on
do we
with
got on
life
time?
here.
Let's wrap it up with this last one.
We only
Go
have
to-
two left.
alright.
The woman's husband had to shove a 2x4 on her stomach to move the flaps in order to have sex with her. Okay, hold on a second.
wow.
Reading this again. The woman's husband had to shove a 2x4 on her stomach to move the flaps in order to have sex with her. Wow, that's a large woman apparently.
That's a big
My mom's
fupa.
friend was an ER nurse. She had a rather large female patient come in with her husband.
Wow,
The patient
man.
was complaining of severe itching on her abdomen, of which she could pinpoint the reason. After the doctor and the nurse held up the many skin flaps, they saw the rash and several splinters causing irritation. Turns out the woman's husband shoved a 2x4 on her stomach to move the flaps
Unbelievable.
in order to have sex with
Unbelievable,
her.
man.
I mean, can you just picture it? He's using the 2x4 as a bracer, just going to town
Oh,
on it.
buddy.
Oh, here we go. This is a good one to end it on. She used a potato as a tampon, and it started sprouting leaves.
Wow.
She used a potato as a tampon, and it started growing shit in her vagina.
I've heard blood orange, but never blood potato.
Oh, God. I don't know what to say there.
How's that Irish heritage going,
Yeah.
guys?
Anyone starving?
I'm ready
Wanna
for
eat something?
It's a baked potato.
All right. So,
Oh, buddy.
wow.
On one night, a woman is carted in by the MT, and she is so large she needed 2 stretchers.
Wow.
We are talking well over
I was gonna say,
500
you gotta be about
pounds.
500.
The doctor came over and asked her what was wrong. Something is growing out of me. The doctor
It's
rolls
not
his
a baby, Doc.
The doctor rolls his eyes and thinks, great, another hypochondriac. So he asked her where it is growing out of. She points down to her nether regions.
Woohoo.
The doctor puts in
boy.
stirrups. Don't ask me how. I don't know. As parts of related.
That's what it says. It's
Whoa.
not me out.
Stirrups, not stirrup.
Lo and behold, there was something green coming out of her lady bits. He stands up and goes to her and asks her what she put up there. She denies anything, and reluctantly the doctor removes the foreign object
And
to
says, "It's a
find
boy."
it's a potato.
Mr.
That's
Potato
right,
Head.
a potato. He holds it up, and she was like, "Oh, that's right. I put that up there when I was on my period and ran out of tampons. I forgot about that."
How do you
Now, if the doctor was hilarious, like he would have brought it to the other room, drew Mr. Potato
Oh
Head
yeah,
out.
put feet on
If
it.
I was a
would've
doctor, that would
gone
be
down
so
to
funny.
pediatrics, picked up all the little parts to it, be like, "It's a boy. Shall we call him today?"
Mr. Potato
Mr.
Head.
Potato Head, yeah. Oh my God. So anyway, guys,
So that one was a little graphic.
hope you enjoyed that.
If you stayed till the end, like, subscribe, share.
Hit the bell, share it. Do not forget about Bedlamite coming out Friday the 4th in October. Peace.